What's up, everyone? This is Abe and Jenny from Hermosillo Family Fitness, and you are now listening to Break the Cycle podcast. How's it going?
This is the show that sets out to break down generational cycles through a simple awareness of fitness and in health. And our focus is to help strengthen families one by one through simple awareness and a little bit of curiosity.
No topic is off limits. None of them.
Perfect. Oh my God. So today we are actually going to talk about common misconceptions about fitness and health that we both fell for, because we were at the beginning of our journey at some point in time, and I think you're never immune to that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's always going to be happening, so you just have to learn how to sort through the noise.
Yeah, it's really tough to figure out what is right, but there's no one right answer. It's only what's right for you, and everyone's a little different, so we all have to embrace our individuality and figure out what works the best for us at the end of the day.
Yep, I love that you said that.
Yeah.
I think that's been a really big theme. When it comes to fitness and health, it's really let's stop looking outside of ourselves and let's start learning what our bodies are saying, what our body is saying to the food that we're eating, saying to the movement that we're getting, right? So one example for me, for example, is I had a really bad lower back, and it got to the point where I could barely walk for an entire year. I could barely get my foot off the floor, an inch. Literally, if I put up my foot farther than that, it would hurt so much. I saw so many doctors, chiropractors, physical therapists. I saw so many of all kinds of things, and nothing ever fixed it. And I had surrendered.
Yeah.
I had surrendered. So I was looking for answers outside of me when I could have just gotten a little bit of knowledge how to listen to my body, and I would have been able to start mitigating it and doing my own research on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, because everyone, we mentioned earlier, everyone tries to fit in everyone, in what's it called,
in the box of fat, the diets, the diet industry.
One size fits all bullshit is what I was just trying to say. Yeah, so they try to sell you this whole one size fits all, and there's no one size fits all answer to back problems, to knee problems, to any problems really. It's really you have to do so many things, and we realize that over time. A lot of the stuff that is out there from doctors and other people, and we're not experts either, but it's kind of just general outdated knowledge. And it was really tough for us to figure out what should we be doing right now to actually help us fix these problems that we had, because Jen had her back problems, and then I had my knee and my back problems. So it was just a lot for us to figure out what is the best things for us. And it took a lot of research and diving into what exercises are good for my shoulders right now, or what exercises are good for my back right now.
Yeah, and honestly, that's getting into the weeds of it all. But for me, for example, it's honestly movement, purposeful exercise, purposeful movement to keep your joints and your muscles healthy. I think that's where we miss it, because we think that we have to do exercise to lose weight. We think that we have to do exercise to get some sort of aesthetic goal, but it's really not just about that. It's about so much more. What I tell my girls is how do you want to move when you're older, when you're a grandma? Do you want to have to be in a walker, or not be able to walk with your grandkids, or do you want to move functionally? Because believe it or not, we're not supposed to be so fragile to the point where if we fall, we break our hip. And that's one of the biggest problems. I think I went off topic though.
No, but that's good though. Yeah. No, it needs to be touched on, because there's a lot of misconceptions there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess one of the common misconceptions that I felt for was you can eat anything if you're exercising, which is complete bullshit. It's a lie. Don't fall for it. You can't eat anything if you're exercising. If you really truly want to be healthy, you can't eat anything. You have to start eating foods that tell your body to do certain things, because your body receives signals from the food that you eat, and not just that, it receives signals through the thoughts that you create. So there's a lot of things that aren't really addressed, and one of those things is food. Like everyone likes to say like, oh, like, well, all food is food, and it's like, no, dude, like some of this food is not food. It's like fake food. Like just an example, the other day Jen showed me a thing where they found out that the tuna in Subway doesn't have actual tuna DNA. So we don't even know what it is. It's like, what the, like, you pass this off as food? Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, there's just like, you can't just eat anything. You really have to focus on like, where are the best sources of food, and you know, where are the best sources of food that you can get and that is available to you at the moment. You know, you don't have to be crazy and go like get everything organic. You can get whatever you can get that's within your means, that's gonna fit your needs at the moment, and then you can always progress from there. But yeah, that was one of the common misconceptions I fell for. What's another one that you fell for, baby?
A common misconception, well, a lot, because I was like the chronic yo-yo dieter. Yeah, like keto, fat loss pills. Like I thought protein powder was some sort of supplement that made me lose weight.
Dude, yeah.
There was so much. Which one is the most though? Like I did fall for the keto, like low carb. And low carb is so dangerous because, especially if you're just doing it off on a whim, you're not really paying attention to what your body's saying, and so like you're just like following a plan or following like some guidance from like online or whatever. They're like, oh, you're gonna feel tired, you're gonna feel lethargic that week, but you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna lose water weight. Well, that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna just lose water weight, and as soon as you have carbs again, that weight just shoots right back up. And I think that's the biggest misconception that I fell for, was because I would lose weight. I would lose like 10 pounds, but I was like going through like 2 weeks of hell. Just hell. And I put so much effort towards those things. So like I would come up with my grocery list. I would do all the things, but I was going through hell. And then after the 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I need to have carbs. I would gain the weight back. I ended up gaining like plus 10 pounds than where I was at when I was trying to do all that stuff. So that's my common misconception. And what I do want to say about that is that every diet works as long as you're in a caloric deficit. The best thing that you can do, especially because like not many people have tried it, is just eat a balanced diet. That's it.
Yeah, you pretty much hit that right in the nail. Shit.
It's another misconception for you.
This one's gonna be a little more complicated, but I guess you could say range of motion. All right, so like that, because everyone's like, so this is 90 degrees right here, you know, like, and they say that you don't need to go past that to get, you know, the maximum benefits of an exercise. But one thing that we have slowly realized is like, when you don't put your body, even in light loads, in those positions, you start to lose that part of the muscle that doesn't actually, that is supposed to work. It's there for a reason. You know, you accomplish that range, your body has the anatomy for it. So like, you should probably get down there, because otherwise your body will forget that. And then when it's put in that position again, you actually have weakness there, and that's when injury happens. So that's what was happening to me, is like, I was never taught to go, you know, below parallel, below 90, none of that, because they said, oh, like that'll hurt. But then I slowly realized, you know, over time, there's like, hey, like you can strengthen yourself in those ranges with lighter loads and then build resilience over time. And that's the whole goal. Our bodies are not designed to sit in chairs all fucking day. We used to not have this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And there's people across the world that can squat all the way down with not any problems, and that's just like cultural to them. And I seen it myself when I went overseas to Afghanistan. For those of you who don't know, I deployed and I was in the military. So, but everyone there squats all the way down. Like all the kids, all the adults, even the old people have that range. And it's so weird for me to come back home and then see everyone not even be able to get past a chair. It just doesn't make any sense. So that was one of the common misconceptions that I fell for really hard, and was the main catalyst to all my injuries that happened.
Yeah, and going off of that, my last misconception is I wanted a BBL and I wanted that big butt, okay? And obviously I was focused on aesthetics, but here's why, like, building muscle in your glutes and making your glutes bigger through exercise is better than a BBL. And here's why. I'm not knocking off anyone because, you know, at some point I'll probably have some sort of surgery. I don't know. But I'm not knocking off anyone. Obviously, everyone chooses their own like choices. But here's why. I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a case for you guys if you guys are ever thinking about it. Because the glute muscle is the biggest muscle in your body. And in fact, it's what allows you to walk. It's what allows you to run. It's what helps you to jump. It's what helps you to lift. It's such an important piece and muscle in your body. It's like the muscle of all muscles. And I had lower back pain. And you know why? Because I had weak glutes. And so while I was focusing on aesthetics, the cause of my back pain, my lower back pain, was because I didn't have enough muscle down there. So had I put on something above it, I would have had the aesthetic, but my back pain would have stayed there. Like nothing would have changed for me besides the size, right? And so looking back, I'm so glad that like I decided to go on this journey because I have since strengthened my glutes and I have no lower back pain anymore. Like I went from not being able to walk to literally not even feeling a muscle spasm in my back, not feeling my sciatica nerve, not like I literally can walk, jump, and I'm so grateful for that every single day. But that's the case that I want to make. Like if that is something that you're looking into, is like it is so much more beneficial to work it up there than to just have a place. And you can still work on it. Like if you have a BBL, you can still work on your glutes and just add muscle down there because it's very important. So don't leave that out. It's just the most important muscle, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, my favorite thing that we've come up with is like it's better built, not bought, ladies. So build that shit. Build it.
But it's you can still build it even if you have it. So I think health-wise and like longevity-wise, it's such a good addition and such a good muscle to work, especially if you're starting to work out. If you're trying to lose weight, it's a huge muscle. It's one of the biggest muscles in your body. So it's gonna help you lose fat while building muscle in that area. So honestly, it's a win-win.
Yep, a huge win-win. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave us a comment down below with any questions and anything you'd like us to address. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys for watching Break the Cycle podcast.
Yay. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.